What is up? Good morning. It is 2KJ, and word of the day is the draft. Ironically, put on my Alabama long sleeve today. Actually, didn't mean to, but it comes in handy. So today we're gonna talk about the results, the statistics, numbers of the top prospects and what they've done, and then after that we got a mock draft that we're gonna break down, and we're gonna determine if it's decent or if it's not, because some of the players I can see going to the teams that are predicted they're going to, and some I don't think they'll be drafted there at all. So, and then, you know, I'll take my own personal take for Green Bay and such, but yeah, let's get this shit. First off, we got the 40-yard dash. We had Kalen Barnes, cornerback from Baylor, ran a 4.23. Now, before I go into this, I do want to say the NFL had a little bit of a controversy. They were misrepresenting the 40 times. One second, let me fix that. Okay. Yeah, they messed up the 40 times. They end up shooting them too early, and they released them, and everybody thought that records were being broken and everybody was getting faster in the league, and nope, the NFL just messed up. But anyway, these are the updated new times, so these should be all right. Kalen Barnes, the quarterback from Baylor, ran a 4.23. Tariq Woolen from Texas San Antonio, the corner, he ran a 4.26. Tyquan Thornton ran a 4.28. The receiver from Baylor. Receiver from Tennessee, Calvin Jones, ran a 4.31. That's crazy. These guys are running 4.2s and 4.3s. Damn. Reminisced track days. Calvin Austin III, Memphis receiver, ran a 4.32. Zion McCollum, that's going to be a name you hear a lot. As I was writing this, I figured out that's a name you hear a lot. The cornerback from Sam Houston State ran a 4.33, as well as Danny Gray from SMU. Nick Cross from Maryland, the safety, ran a 4.34, as well as Bo Melton, the receiver from Rutgers, running a 4.36. The receiver from North Dakota State, Christian Watson, Percy Butler, JT Woods, and Tyson Anderson all ran a 4.36. Percy Butler went to Louisiana. He's a safety. JT Woods also a safety. He went to Baylor. And Tyson Anderson, also a safety. He went to Toledo. So he looks like three safeties all running 4.36s, and a fourth safety all running 4.3. So you got a lot of DBs, a lot of corners, all just flying through. No running back so far. Then we got Alontae Taylor from Tennessee, the corner. He runs a 4.36 as well. And then this is crazy to me. This is what I saw. Amari Barno, an edge from Virginia Tech, ran a 4.36. I think that's pretty impressive. They're an edge rusher running a 4.36. Pierre Strong from San Diego State, running a 4.37. Lewis Sign, man, this is more like a pronunciation test. Lewis Sign safety from Georgia, running a 4.37. Isaiah Pacheco, the running back from Rutgers, also running a 4.37. Kobe Durant ran a 4.38. He's a cornerback from South Carolina State, as well as Tariq Castro Fields. He's a corner from Penn State. He ran a 4.38. And then Dax Hill from Michigan. He's another name you'll hear a lot too. Dax Hill is going to be, I believe he's like a top 10 pick, but I could be wrong. We'll see in the mock draft here shortly. He's a safety from Michigan. He ran a 4.38. Ty Chandler, running back from North Carolina, he also ran a 4.38. A lot of guys running 4.2s, 4.3s, that whole list, and all those guys are running 4.2, 4.3s. That's amazing. Props to them. That's not even all of them. I'm just looking back over all my notes. Kenny Walker III, Michigan State. He's a running back. He ran a 4.38 as well. Devontae Price, running back from FIU, ran a 4.38, and Garrett Wilson, running back or receiver from OSU, ran a 4.38. That's Oklahoma State. Wow. 4.23 to 4.38. So all these guys were neck and neck. If this was like a track race, it would be like a finger snap difference. Very interesting. Very interesting. Next, we're on a bench. Bench is very interesting because I was seeing, you got offensive linemen. And those were all, all those guys were DBs, receivers, and you got a couple running backs. That's crazy. I mean, that proves how the NFL is becoming a very speedy, pass-friendly league. So, we go on a bench. We got Zion Johnson from Boston College. He was a guard. We got 32 reps. Jamari Saylor from Georgia. He's a guard. He got 31 reps. Cole Strange from Tennessee, Chattanooga. He's also a guard. He got 31 reps. I see it's going to be a lot of guards just because I think tackles are going to be more agile and fast because you're going to want those screens available for, once again, passing. And I think guards are going to be your interior linemen that are just going to be pass protecting, so they don't have to worry about being fast, or they can just be big, bulky squatters, per se. Anyway, I digress. Bernhard Raymond from Central Michigan, tackle. He comes out at 30 reps. Otito Ogbonna from UCLA. He's a D tackle. He got 29 reps. He's the first defensive player on this list. Number 5. Kayvon Thibodeau, the edge from Oregon. He's probably going to be drafted in the top 5. He's got 27 reps. Marcus McKeithen, he's the guard with 27 reps. Chad Muma, the linebacker from Wyoming, had 27 reps. Nick Zach Kelly, he got 27 reps. He's from Fordham, the offensive tackle. Hassan Hasking got 27 reps as a running back. So he's a first offensive player that's not a lineman. Talk about Chad Muma at 27 reps as well because he's a linebacker. And then you have Luke Godig from Central Michigan. He's a guard at 26 reps. And then Snoop Connor, the running back from Mississippi, with 25 reps. I think that's a pretty cool name. Cam Jurgens, center from Nebraska. Yeah, had 25 reps as well. Cordell Volson from North Dakota State. He's a guard with 25 reps, and that's confusing to me. How do these guards who get 25 reps have less? Like, I guess it's just like how are running backs making more reps than linemen? That's confusing to me. But I guess that bench is just like a one specific workout versus all of them combined, so you can't test your complete strength. Going back down, Cam Jurgens, Cordell Volson from North Dakota State had 25 reps. Alex Lindstrom had 25 reps from Boston College. Bill Dunkel, with his old ass name, had 25 reps from San Diego State. Dominic Robinson, an edge from Miami of Ohio, had 25 reps. It's pretty cool. Some of these guys are from like really small schools. They still get a tick. Devin Lloyd, linebacker from Utah, gets 25 reps. Daniel Faaley, offensive tackle from Minnesota, gets 24 reps. Dawson Deaton from Texas Tech gets 24 reps, but he's a center. I think this is our first tight end. Jelani Woods from Virginia, 24 reps. And then Cameron Thomas, the defensive end from San Diego State. He got, he got 24 reps. And then Abe Lucas from Washington State got 24 reps. Let's see. And to finish it off, Michael Clemens and Aaron Hansford. Michael Clemens being a DN from Texas A&M, and Aaron Hansford being a linebacker from A&M as well. They both got 24 reps as well. So, yeah, I don't know why everybody just stopped at 24 reps. It's so weird. You know, the top was 32 and the bottom was 24. That's only an 8 rep difference. Wow, interesting. But anyway, broad jump. We got Christian Watson, who he's the North Dakota State University receiver. He got a 11-foot 4-inch jump. Calvin Austin III, the Memphis receiver, got an 11.3. Isaiah Weston, from North Iowa, the receiver from North Iowa, got an 11.3 as well. Jeremiah Moon. Jeremiah Moon. He got 11.1, the linebacker from Florida. And then looks like Lewis Sine, the safety from Georgia. He also got an 11.1. Devin Williams, the receiver from Oregon, got an 11.1. Zion McCollum, cornerback from Sam Houston State, got 11 foot. Christian Harris, linebacker from Alabama, as well as Kevin Austin Jr., the wide receiver from North Dakota. Amari Barno, the Virginia Tech edge. They all got 11 foot. Nick Cross, safety from Maryland, got a 10.10. Tyquan Thornton got a 10.10 as well from Baylor. Chad Muma from Wyoming, he got a 10.9. So all of these guys are basically tying, if not getting second by literally an inch. Pause. It just shows how elite the competition is at this point in age. But Caleb Evans, a cornerback from Missouri, got a 10.9, as well as Channing Tindall, the linebacker from Georgia. Jerron Ely, the running back from Mississippi, got a 10.8, as well as Chase Lucas and Troy Anderson. Chase Lucas is a corner from Arizona State, and Troy Anderson, a linebacker from Montana State. Arnold Abigti, the edge from Penn State, got a 10.8, as well as JT Woods, the Baylor safety, and Jalen Naylor, the receiver from Michigan State. So that's showing how, like, this is just how athletic you are. It's not even based on if you're fast or if you're long or if you're tall or if you're, short, fast, like anything. It's just, this is an edge, this is a safety, this is a receiver, and they all did the same thing. It's simply just athleticism. How athletic are you? Can you jump very far? Like, what the hell? Zamir White from Georgia, the running back, he got a 10.8. And Alante Taylor, the corner from Tennessee, also got a 10.8. So you see all these different positions, and they all got the same. This is not a sponsorship. Anyway, let's go to vert and then vertical. This is also one that's just athleticism. How high can you jump? This one looks like Tariq Woolen topped it off. Oh, wait, let's look at broad jump. The top was 11.4, and the lowest was 10.8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it's literally pause 8 inches. That was the difference. Crazy. Anyway, the vert. Tariq Woolen, the corner from Texas San Antonio. That's a very small school, and this guy is going nuts in the combine. He's definitely going to be a top 10 pick, and if not, probably top 15. But he got a 42-inch vert. Channing Tindall also got a 42-inch vert, and he's a linebacker. Dom Robinson, the Miami, Ohio edge, got a 41-inch. Jeremiah Moon, the linebacker from Florida, got a 40.5. Alec Pierce, the receiver from Cincy, got a 40.5. So see, look, this is a guy in it. This guy's an edge. This guy's a linebacker, and this guy's a receiver. Like, they all got the same vert. Like, just pure athleticism. Can't fuck with it. The linebacker from Wisconsin, Leo Chanel, he got a 40.5. Chad Muma, the linebacker from Wyoming, he looks like a Vander Esch, low-key. He reminds me of him, I'm not gonna lie. But he got a 40-inch vert. Isaiah Weston, receiver from North Iowa, got a 40-inch vert. Bruce Hall from Iowa State got a 40-inch vert. And these little ass schools got the best receivers athletically. Looking in these stats, Malcolm Rodriguez, Oklahoma State linebacker, got a 39.5. Zion McCollum, the cornerback from Sam Houston State, got a 39.5. Chance Campbell, the Mississippi linebacker, got a 39.5, as well as JT Woods, the safety from Baylor, and then Chase Lucas, the corner from Arizona State, gets a 39. Calvin Austin III, Ty Frogel, and Kevin Austin also get a 39, them being the receivers from Memphis, the receiver from Indiana, and being the receiver from Notre Dame. Kevin Harris, the running back from South Carolina, gets a 38.5. Christian Watson also getting a 38.5. He's a receiver from North Dakota State. And Kirby Joseph, the safety from Illinois, getting 38.5. Kyle Hamilton gets a 38. He's a safety from Notre Dame. And then Rashad White, running back from Arizona State, got a 38. As well as Arnold Apicdia, the edge from Penn State. He got a 38 as well. Bo Melton, the receiver from Rutgers, got a 38, as well as Bo Mafe. He's an edge from Minnesota. They all got a 38 as well. So this one was a lot closer. The lowest being 38 and the highest being 42. These guys were all balling out, jumping very high. So props to them, because my vert is like a 30, and that was back when I actually could jump. But I digress. 3-cone drill. This one is like you start here, and then you go here, and then you go to this cone, and then you cross this line. The middle line where you started, you cross it, and that's when this timer stops. So it's more of like a suicide from basketball, but with cleats on. So Zion McCollum, he got a 6.48, which he's the corner from Sam Houston State that we keep talking about in every single freaking category at this point, except for bench, I think, because I mean all the bench is just linemen. Dax Hill, safety from Michigan, he got a 6.57. Tyson Anderson, safety from Toledo, got a 6.64. Calvin Austin III, the receiver from Memphis, got a 6.65. Kevin Austin Jr. See, I wonder if there's any relation. That one seems pretty. Calvin Austin III and Kevin Austin Jr. Illuminati, please answer my questions. I think a receiver from Notre Dame got a 6.71. Aiden Hutchinson, the defensive end from Michigan, got a 6.73. Jalen Petrie, the safety from Baylor, got a 6.74. And see, this is another athleticism one where it's like, just how athletic are you? Because look, you got Aiden Hutchinson, he's a defensive end. He got a 6.73. And right behind him is a safety from Baylor who got a 6.74. And if we go back to Jalen Petrie's 40, I bet you he's faster than, than Aiden Hutchinson. I bet he is. Anyway, I digress. EJ Perry, the quarterback from Brown, got a 6.85. Ooh, jump right down to the 6.85 real quick. Leon O'Neal, a safety from Texas A&M, got a 6.89, while Trayvon Walker as well, a defensive end from Georgia, got a 6.89. Kyle Hamilton, a safety from Notre Dame, got a 6.90, while Darian Beavers, a linebacker from Cincy, got a 6.91. Jack Cohn, a quarterback from Notre Dame, got a 6.95, while Bo Melton, a receiver from Rutgers, got a 6.98. Smoke Monday, a safety from Auburn, got a 7 flat, as well as Austin Allen, a tight end from Nebraska. Skylar Thompson, a quarterback from Kansas State, as well, got a 7 flat. But then Nefi Sewell, a linebacker from Utah, got a 7.1, as well as Dane Bolton, a safety from Iowa. Terrell Bernard, a linebacker from Baylor, got a 7.3. Chase Allen as well from Iowa State, the tight end, got a 7.3. And Jake Ferguson from Wisconsin, another tight end, got a 7.3. And then receiver from Michigan State, Jalen Naylor, he had a pause. Jalen Naylor. Nice name. Okay. Jalen Naylor, a receiver from Michigan State University, got a 7.3, while Greg Dulrich, a tight end from UCLA, got a 7.5, as well as Dane Bellinger, the tight end from San Diego State, getting a 7.5. But, man, so far, I've learned that most of these guys are DBs, receivers, and safeties. There are some tight ends and some defensive ends, but I feel like this is a DB and receiver heavy draft, and I think that's just because what the league is wanting is receivers and DBs. So now everybody wants to be a receiver and DB. So less people are going out for running back and quarterback and stuff like that. But I don't know. It could also just be because the game plan has changed the model of the game. so more receivers and DBs are needed instead of running backs and linebackers. If we go to 20-yard shuttle, we got Zach McCollum going at corner from Sam Houston State. He got a 3.94. Wow, Dax Hill, safety from Michigan, got a 4.6. Calvin Austin III got a 4.7, while Kelvin Austin Jr., the receiver from Notre Dame, got a 4.15. So, just looking so far, it looks like the times are pretty split up. We got 3.94, then a 4.6, then a 4.7, that's close, then a 4.15, that's a little bit farther, and then it rounds up, so we just got a couple outliers. Okay. Because we got Aiden Hutchins at 4.15, EJ Perry, a QB from Brown, 4.18, Jalen Petrie, a safety from Baylor, 4.18, Khalil Shakir, receiver from Boise State, 4.21, Nick Benito, edge from Oklahoma, 4.23, and D. Belton, the safety from Iowa, 4.24. Trey Williams, the edge from Arkansas, got a 4.24, while Terrell Bernard, the linebacker from Baylor, got a 4.25. Okay, so boom. Look, you got a couple guys in the 4.5s, 4.18, 4.18, and then you hit the 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2. Yeah, so one guy in the 3, and then 2 guys under 4.1, and then 4 guys in the 4.18, 4.15 areas. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway. Terrell Bernard, linebacker from Baylor, got a 4.25. Peyton Hendershot, the tight end from Indiana, got a 4.25. Austin Allen, the tight end from Nebraska, 4.26. Curtis Hodges, tight end from Arizona State, got a 4.28. As well as Chad Muma, the linebacker from Wyoming, Alec Pierre, the receiver from Cincy, the Jalen Naylor, receiver from Michigan State, Tyson Anderson, safety from Toledo, and Skylar Thompson, the QB from Kansas State. They all got a 4.28. And then to end it off, Desmond Ridler, the quarterback from Cincy, got a 4.29, as well as Kenny Pickett, Mr. Slide a Lot, Mr. Slide or Not. The QB from Pitt got a 4.29, and then Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame, got a 4.32. Sky Moore as well got a 4.32 from West Michigan, the receiver, and then Trayvon Walker, the DN from Georgia, got a 4.32. Wow, that's a little bit of a difference, but I think that's probably the biggest difference that I see on all of these. A lot of guys were pretty close, neck and neck, and that's expected, you know, because there's 300 plus people doing these drills, and we just call out 20 people, so the top 20 is expected to be very close. But anyway, let's get into this mock draft. So far, the Jacksonville Jaguars so far have the first overall pick, and I think they're going to take Evan Neal, the tackle from Alabama, just because they got Trevor Lawrence last year, okay? And they got a GM called Trent Balake or whatever. And Bill Parcells was the executive vice president of football for the Dolphins in 2008, and that's the same year that they got Jake Long. So if they have that same kind of mentality from 2008, they got their quarterback. Now they're going to get their new Hall of Fame tackle, you know. And this guy is a perfect fit for them. Next, I think the Lions at number 2. They're going to take Aiden Hutchinson at edge just because, you know, he's from Michigan. He's homegrown. He's purebred. If the Jags pass on Hutchinson, the Heisman the Heisman Trophy runner-up, then it's a lock for the Lions, because simply they need a defensive stud that can, like J.J. Watt did to Houston. That's going to be perfect for them. Houston Texans are at number 3, and I think they're going to take Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame, just because he's big, fast, versatile, and smart, and he's highly valued in New England, where Texans GM Nick Caserio spent 2 decades honoring his craft. Next, we go to the Jets. Been in the Jets. They're going to take Kayvon Thibodeau, the edge from Oregon. So they're going to take him just because the Jets' defense was terrible last year. And if they get Carl Lawson back, because he tore his Achilles, they need a little bit more pass rush, and then they'll be a little bit better. Just because they also have, what's homeboy from Alabama? They just drafted him like 2 years ago, but they'll have a decent line if they get just a couple more pieces, really. But anyway, if we go just a little bit across, well, actually it's the same field, but if we go across the field into the other locker room, we'll have the New York Giants getting Akeem Ekwonu, the offensive tackle from NC State. This would be a home run pick in need for upgrades along the offensive line, because their line needs help immediately before they throw Daniel Jones's career in the trash. And he is a very strong, powerful, and nasty person to play on that line. But I think the Carolina Panthers are going to take Sauce Gardner, the cornerback from Cincy, just because if they have any pick, if any corner in their draft class, they're going to commit to, so if basically what I'm going to say is, because they signed Sam Darnold to a little bit more money, I think they're going to keep him, and they're going to invest into their defense, because last year they got J.C. Horn, which I think was a very good person to pick on that defense, because then you get Stephon Gilmore on the other side, and that was more out of luck because the Patriots were over him, but it worked out. Now, if you don't want to pay for Stephon Gilmore, if you want Stephon Gilmore to play more of like a nickel and veteran role, you can get both these guys. You get them under Stephon Gilmore's leadership, as well as get a good defensive coordinator to look over them. Boom, you got 2 Hall of Fame corners. What are you talking about? Now your defense is, especially in a generation where it's pass heavy. Frick yeah, bud. What are you talking about? That's a playoff team. Especially that's like the Philadelphia Eagles defense back in like the early 2000s. That's how it would be. It would be like that. It would just be like. But anyway, and plus he's the most gifted cornerback in this draft. He's got the best. I would say not highlights, but numbers, stats wise, not stats wise, but drills and combine wise. The Giants, going back to the Giants after we just saw them at number 5, I probably think we're going to take Devin Lloyd at linebacker from Utah. He flies around the field and makes a bunch of plays on the ball. He was the 2021 Pac-12 Pat Tillman Defensive Player of the Year, and he is a key leader for that Giants defense. He could be, at least. Number 8, we got the Atlanta Falcons getting Treylon Burks, the receiver from Arkansas. Some uncertainty at the wide receiver position for Atlanta, especially with Calvin Ridley and all that stuff, and they used to have a good solid core. They had Julio, they had Mohamed Sanu, and then they had at one point they had Roddy White, and then Roddy White retired, so then they still had Julio, Mohamed Sanu, and then They got Calvin Ridley, and that was a good pickup too. And I thought maybe Calvin Ridley was gonna like learn under Julio since they had that Bama like click, but it didn't work out because Julio couldn't stick around. Anyway, so now Calvin Ridley's trying to leave because Atlanta's not the vibe, I guess. So what you do? Get a new guy, cheaper. He's got the. They got the head coach Arthur Smith, and he had tremendous success with A.J. Brown in Tennessee, right? So if he gets a taller version of that, a 6'3", 225-pound version of this guy, it would be incredibly strong at the catch point, and his blend of speed and the strength creates huge plays after the catch. So he's gonna be able to do everything that A.J. Brown can do, a little, and plus a little bit more. That would be something positive for Atlanta in their offense. Maybe they get a quarterback later, but I think they're okay with Matt for a little bit longer. Yeah, because they don't have anybody else around at this point to blame Matt for. Like, he's the only bright spot, it looks like, in my opinion. Anyway, this is where we draw a cross in the road, because some people won't believe me, some people won't care. Anyway, Kenny Pickett will go to the Denver Broncos at pick 9 from Pittsburgh. But that's only if the Broncos don't throw a trade amid to the Packers. And if that happens, then the Packers take Kenny Pickett, honestly, probably. And we give Jordan Love off for a first rounder to New Orleans. I don't know. Houston. Somebody. But somebody gets him. Maybe Jordan Love just throws it back up on. But anyway, Pickett is the best option in this draft class as a quarterback. He is going to be the one to be able to play right away. He's been playing 5 years now because he redshirted, and he was a senior at Pitt, so he's been playing a while. He's been under management. He can do the long-term stuff, I guess what you say. And whenever he can make all the throws as well, and when the pocket breaks down, he's able to handle that correctly. So then, it's surprising how both the Jets and the Giants are both terrible, and they both have 2 picks in the first round. But hey, can't hate them. This one's from the Seahawks. I'm trying to think of how they got this. I think the Jamal Adams trade, maybe? I don't know. They get Trent McDuffie, corner from Washington. He is an ultra-clean player on tape. He's quick, fluid, tough, rarely out of position, and can play the ball. He would upgrade the Jets' intriguing mix of talented young players at his position. And so that would, up the competition and kind of make the Jets a threat on defense. But I think I didn't see him on the I didn't see him on the 40 or on the vert, so I'm assuming that he just has very good tape, honestly. But anyway, the Washington Commanders got Matt Corral at Ole Miss, quarterback. He's a playmaker at that position. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. But it's actually a concern. But I'm assuming he's like a Big Ben. He's accurate. He has a live arm and would bring some juice to that offense. That is something that we were talking about last episode. Washington football team, they need a quarterback. So if it becomes a Big Ben thing, then they need to make an offensive line that can make an offensive line that can help him and cover him, because he's not gonna be able to roll out the pocket. They better know that. The Vikings, Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback from LSU. Honestly, as a Packers fan, I hope they don't draft him because I would love to take Derek Stingley Jr. just to ruin the NFC North's feelings. But unfortunately, he's a pretty good corner. He's gonna go away in the draft, but I don't think he's a top 5 though, because if you looked at him as freshman highlight tape, yeah, he goes crazy. But the last 2 seasons, he kind of hasn't done as much. There could be multiple reasons for that. The world may never know, but he does have tools to be successful at the next level. It's just the inconsistent effort and play strength that bothers me. So the Cleveland Browns at number 13 take Travon Walker. He's an edge from Georgia. He has as much upside as any pass rusher in this draft class and did a lot of things in that Georgia's system. It limited some of his pass rush productions, but he's still a physical freak and could rise up in the top 10 after the NFL scouting combine. So, you know, maybe, oopsies, sorry. I don't think I saw, let me see here. Let me grab this and compare where he was at. Yeah, so he did do a good 3-cone drill. I think he was in the top 10. Yeah, he was in top 10 for the 3-cone drill. But I don't think I see him. Let's see. Travon Walker. Nope. Nothing. Sorry. Just the 3-cone drill. But, you know, I think he could still, if the Browns took Travon Walker at edge, that means that they have Myles Garrett and him. Does that mean that they're trying to get rid of, and they have Jadeveon Clowney, so are they trying to like prepare for them leaving? Question mark. I don't know. Number 14, we got the Ravens. Trevor Penning, tackle from Northern Iowa. So like this is a small school guy, and he's at pick 14. That's pretty impressive. He did redshirt senior year, but this says that he's big and nasty and could step in immediately at right tackle. That would make him the opposite tackle to Ronnie Stanley, and I think that would help improve the line for Lamar and hopefully prevent him from running as much. I would like to see Lamar throw more, but I think they're also using his legs to an advantage. I don't believe that the Ravens are concerned about an air raid offense. I think they're more concerned about taking advantage of the deep ball / middle field running, in my opinion. The Eagles get a pick 15 from the Dolphins, and they're going to take George Karlaftis, the edge from Purdue. They need to add some young talent to their defensive line because, you know, guys like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Ingram, they can't play forever. So he is a little bit shorter, but I love his leverage and power as a rusher. He has some inside and outside flex, and because of that, I think he's going. Yeah. So because of that, I think he's gonna learn from Brandon Ingram or from Brandon Graham, and continue, you know, give him that veteran experience. And because of that, they're going to possibly make him a Pro Bowler. But Philly also is known for picking bad people. No offense, but sometimes. Hey, they get a back-to-back pick though, so hey, if you mess it up the first time, get the second one right. They get this one from the Colts, And this one is Drake London, the receiver from USC. So, you know, like Jalen Reagor guy? Yeah, he was a bust, but it's okay. They get a new guy, and he fixes this whole problem, hopefully. He gives him that big frame wide out, enormous catch radius, and it'll help Devontae Smith get wide open with his pristine route running. It reminds of Mike Williams coming out of Clemson, and it's almost impossible to overthrow him as he dominates 50-50 balls, and that's pretty impressive. As a big guy, and he's also going to win those 50-50 balls. It's like a DK Metcalf kind of, you know, and you get that with Devontae Smith. Ooh, that's pristine. No cap. The LA Chargers getting Bernhard Ramian, the O tackle from Central Michigan. Yeah, I believe in his play strength, his hands and his core strength, jump off the screen instincts. Start day one at right tackle would team the 2020 first rounder with Rashawn Slater. He's got excellent bookends to protect Justin Herbert. Yeah. I think, yeah, he's got a good, basically he can just jump in day one and just take over. You don't have to worry about him being iffy. He can definitely come in, protect Justin Herbert, because, you know, that last, unfortunately, if I'm correct, the last play in Chargers season last year was a rushed pass because he was getting sacked. So, you know, hey, I'm just saying. Get him a little bit more time. He makes a correct throw. Touchdown. Yeah. The Saints in pick 18. Garrett Wilson, the receiver from Ohio State. Wilson, he plays with aggression. He attacks the ball in the air, and he's very, very competitive after the catch. And the Saints, let's think about this. The Saints, they go after Michael Thomas, a guy from Ohio State. They're very aggressive when it comes to getting guys from Ohio State. So it's something maybe that Sean Payton did, but I think the Saints do this. The Eagles, with their third pick in the first round. The Eagles are going to go stupid. If they get all these right, they would go stupid. Kenyon Green, the offensive guard from Texas A&M. They'll probably need to replace their Hall of Famer Jason Kelsey because he's 34 and he's going to become a free agent. And they have a replacement in mind with Landon Dickerson because he was last year's second rounder, but he moved to center. If he moves to center, then it would create a great spot for Kenyon Green to sit. He's an outstanding athlete, and he's 6'4", 325 pounds, and he's temperament. The Steelers, you're going to get Charlie Cross, the offensive tackle from Mississippi State at pick 20. He's a solid player on tape with a balance and possesses quick feet. They need to upgrade their offensive line, and Cross is ready to play right away. Another guy that's just ready to jump in, fix the problems on your line. You know, I wish they'd pick a quarterback, but hey, maybe they see something in Mason Rudolph. Fuck you, fuck off. Pick 21. The Patriots are going to take Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle from Georgia. The Patriots love big guys with unique strength and power like Vince Wilfork. And he would team up with Christian Barmore to dominate against the run and put some pocket rush against the pass. So, the Raiders are going to get Chris Olave, the receiver from Ohio State. They do he is going to run really fast, and the Raiders have obvious needs for that element in their passing game since Henry Ruggs is, you know. And then they try to get Deshaun Jackson, and he didn't figure it out either. So they need to fix it, and so this guy's going to come in and he's going to fix it. And so at pick 23, the Cardinals are going to take David Ojabo, the edge from Michigan. He's a polarizing player in this league circles. He's got quickness and ability to bend at the top of his rush, but he's going to need some time and reps to improve against the run. Chandler Jones is a free agent, and the Cardinals need to add some youth up to the front. So, they're going to have to do something about whenever an old guy is leaving and going to a new team, or if an old guy thinks he's worth more, or if they just want to get rid of him because he's old. And that's this guy's job, basically, is to take his position. Pick 24 is Nakobe Dean, the linebacker from Georgia. You hear Georgia a lot in this. He oozes instinct at playmaking, and he's while he's only 6 foot, 225 pounds. Damn, my nose is like a motherfucker. I don't know why. Since he's only 6 foot, 225, that only caused him to drop a little bit. Dean is a steal for the Cowboys, and I don't know what it is about them. They always pick linebackers in the first round. I fucking don't know why, but he's a steal for the Cowboys, and it would free them up to use Michael Parsons more on the edge as a pass rusher instead of like playing him in coverage and run stopping. And number 25, the Bills are going to take Kyler Gordon, the corner from Washington. The Bills have a good roster, so they aren't really worried about repairing it or trying to get people to stay or stuff. So they can't really get back into that. We're only picking the best player once we get to our position. And this guy has a lot of size, length, ball skills. He's made tons of plays behind the Buffalo's defensive front. Yeah, and so with that, that makes it a easier push for the playoffs next year, At pick 26, the Titans are going to take Quay Walker, the linebacker from Georgia. He gets lost in the discussion of a top defensive prospect, but he was just because he was on that Georgia defense. But he played a lot less talented. If he would have played on a lot less talented of a team, he probably would have been top 15 in the draft. Standing at 6'4" and weighing 240 pounds, that he can really fly. And he would be slot right into the starting. He would be slot right into the starting lineup for this Titans defense. All right, and then on pick 27, the Buccaneers are going to take John Dotson at Penn State. He has outstanding hands and route running skills, and with the Bucs fighting free agency with Chris Godwin, he could replace him. He doesn't have the same size or strength as Godwin, but he has over the top more speed. So if they're getting a new quarterback and a new system, it could help them in the long run. It'd be cheaper too. At number 28, the Green Bay Packers are taking a defensive tackle from Georgia, Devontae Wyatt. He was somebody that if we just re-sign Kenny Clark, we'll be able to he'll be able to help him kind of get in sync with the team, especially with Rashawn Gary, like how Rashawn Gary was with Preston and Zadarius Smith. He took a year to really learn how to play, and then took over more that second year. Now Preston Smith is almost out the door, and we got Rashawn Gary kind of ready to start for us. But anyway, this guy can win as a pass rusher with quickness or power. He easily holds the point of attack. And as we have a loaded roster, and we could definitely trade out of this pick, depending on what happens with Rodgers and all that stuff, and that will probably happen on draft night. So this isn't even this is like a 50% probably, in my opinion. Pick 29. The Dolphins, who got this pick from the Niners, they are getting Daniel Faalele, the offensive tackle from Minnesota. He has a lot of resources at the offensive line, but they have put a lot of resources at this line, but they have never fixed the problem. Maybe because they traded him to the Texans, but I don't know. Faalele is a true giant of human being by Minnesota at 6'9" and 380 pounds. Wow. I'm shocked by how athletic he plays at this size. That's very impressive. 6'9", 380 pounds. And he's athletic. That's very nice. Yeah, so hopefully, that guy, he puts in he's the piece of the puzzle for the Dolphins, so that they don't gotta go through this bullshit no more. The Chiefs at pick 30 get Jameson Williams from Alabama, the receiver. This would be a hack if the Chiefs got this guy, because the only reason he's dropping down is because he tore his ACL. He was one of the best receivers in Alabama, or one of the best receivers in college. Before he tore his ACL, it's just that right now he can't even participate in the combine. So yeah, it's really unfortunate, but yeah, so still he'll be a first round pick. And if he gets the good good rehabilitation, it'll help with this AFC speed team and Patrick Mahomes, because you would have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, yeah, it's just they're gonna be loaded. They're gonna be loaded. Jared McKinnon, they're gonna be loaded. They're gonna be loaded. Anyways, pick 31, the Bengals, Tyler Linderbaum, the center from Iowa. Just simply because their line was terrible during the Super Bowl. We all saw that. If they have a better line, they don't get Aaron Donald in their face, and they win the Super Bowl, you know? Jamar Chase was right there, open. So, also, a lot of centers don't come off the board very high, so it's not too bad that they got a late pick, because they can go and pick their center now. And he would fit perfectly in their scheme. Yeah. But in reality, he probably won't be there. If he is, it'd be cool. This is just like in all else fails, but we all know they're gonna get somebody at line. It just is. Hopefully, it's this guy. The Detroit Lions getting another guy. They get Malik Willis from Liberty. Because that Rams trade, they're gonna grab their quarterback again. They're gonna get Malik Willis. Jared Goff's gonna do all this stuff because we need to Jared Goff needs to figure out his quarterbacking, and if he can't, Malik Willis will. And once Malik Willis does, he'll just take over for Jared Goff, and Jared Goff will die off in the dust. He's got a great arm strength and athleticism, but he needs to clean up his decision making and accuracy. If he can do those two things, he'll be good. He'll be a lot better than Jared Goff, and it's not hard to do that and get better than Jared Goff at this point, because Jared Goff is not shit. And he has the most upside for this QB class, just because all the other QBs are really set in stone on how good they are, while the rest of them are not making it. My opinion, I think the Packers are going to do something on draft night to get their quarterback decision figured out. I think a lot is going to be determined on draft night for the Packers. The first night, the next two nights, I think we're just going to be focusing on getting players after that. But if we can get multiple picks, that would be supreme. Yeah. Sorry, that was a little bit robotic. Give me any ideas on what else I should do. I'm gonna probably talk more about. Probably open up, and we're gonna make our own mock draft. I don't know. A lot to think about, but we gotta make up more different topics. We could do anything, but yeah. Drop down in the comments. Tell me I suck. What's the failures in this podcast? What's the successes? What can I do better at? What can I do worse at? Let me know everything in your mind. Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. But, yeah. Give it a like. Share it. Make sure everybody sees my face, so I can get the fuck out of here. Alright. See y'all later.